door's on your festival still canceled, Daddy.
Son, if this behavior doesn't stop, spankings will be in order when we get home. And the last time your mother gave me spankings, I had to miss work for 2 weeks. Oh, this seems like a very wonderful family. Anyway, what's up, everyone? Game Master 468 here, for the next part of my Kidz 64 walkthrough. If you remember from last time, we saved Wallow's Hallow from the owls. We defeated the owl leader, I believe his name was Wallow. We beat him up, and now the pigs are safe. The town has been saved from their tyranny. But, this guy is, get. Well, he's rude, first of all. But also, he, is kind of afraid of, backing out of the owls' terms, even though they're not threatening the town anymore. So, basically nothing has actually changed for them at all. So, we accomplished very little in the end when we when we get down to it. But that doesn't mean we didn't accomplish anything, cause you might remember that there was a reason why we went through this whole ordeal to defeat the owl leader. If I can figure out where the directions are. Here we go, this way. The reason why we went through all of that was to open this door right here. Now that the owls are defeated, the door opens up, and we have access to the exit that will hopefully get us out of this crazy dream that Seth is in. It also gave us access to this door right here. We'll be checking out what this is later on, because this is something totally different. We're gonna keep that on the back burner for now, so just keep that in mind for now.
You got the door open. I assume you must have worked things out with that owl. I sure did.
Yeah, we beat him up real bad.
Have you been using the zoom button for a better camera view? Sorry, frog in my throat. I mean that I actually swallowed a whole frog. It didn't taste very good, I gotta say. Did you know it also works by clicking the right analog stick as well?
Oh, that's what you mean, the B button thing. Yeah, I've not been doing that at all, Alexis, I'm sorry. I'm pretty satisfied with this camera angle right here. Anyway, so now we've done all of that. We've opened up the door, taking us out of the dream. We have unlocked this. We saved Wallow's Hallow and all of that stuff. We did some pretty good stuff. But before we conclude this little journey, there's still some loose ends we have to tie up around here. Mainly, we still have some XP that we need to collect. The max amount of XP that you can go up to, it gets you up to level 6. And we're at level 4 right now, so we still have a little bit to go. So before we conclude this little journey, we're going to have one more little run through all of the previous areas and get the remaining XP that we weren't able to collect before. And we're going to start with the area that we started this little adventure in. Alexis's little monster park area, right in here. We're going to head inside and we'll get all the remaining XP in this area that we weren't able to collect before. And we're going to start by going down here. Too far. Ow. We're going to go over here inside this little pipe area. You might remember this from a little while ago. All the way back in part 1. Alright, where we need to go, we need to go all the way to the top, basically. Right over here. You might remember that we had this little sticky note telling us that we need to use the dig ability to get through here. We didn't have the dig ability when we started this little adventure, but now that we do, we can go ahead and explore this section of the level at long last. Let's start by digging through here. Get the XP over here that's been teasing us this whole time. There we go. And you can see we also have another XP cube in this area. To do this, we're gonna have to do some fancy wall jumping to get up over here and dig inside. There we go. What do you gotta say?
Guess what? If you dig back out here, you're maybe gonna fall to the floor. But if you press against the wall when you dig out, you can jump back to the ledge. It's tricky. Maybe I should have told you that before you went in here, but oh well. Oh, Alexis. Alright, yeah, just some more tutorial stuff, because, you know, it's the tutorial level telling you stuff that we've been doing for quite a while at this point, by the time we got here, so no big deal.
Oh, alright, let's ground pound this thing. So now we need to head up here and dig through this. Alright, we have ourselves an XP screw in this area. There we go. Alright, and there's one more... Actually, there's 2 more XP cubes here. We need to ground pound the other direction now. Go up here. Gotta grab this ledge right over here. There we go. Alright, and there we are. That's this room fully cleared out. But we're also not quite done yet. Let's head back outside. Because over here, we were introduced to our friend Mr. Bomber and all of these power-ups. We have one little XP cube way over here that we need to use the dig ability for. Just that one XP cube right there. That's all we need. So, there we go. Now, there's one more thing we need to do here before we can call this level fully done. We need to head through this tunnel over here. You might remember we had the little challenge mirror inside here. Well, there's also something else in here that we haven't checked out yet, because it wasn't really relevant. We have this guy. Mr. Discount Oscar the Grouch here. What's up, bootleg Sesame Street?
Hey, you there! A puppet! My name is the Garbage Grump, and how would you like to be an official garbage getter? It's easy! Just knock over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 garbages! They'll make the world a more trashable place. Know what I'm saying?
Okay, I think I found one already.
No, dog! This one doesn't count! I'm using it! For things! Now get out of here! Don't come back till you're done! Alrighty! More garbages! There's still more garbages left in this world! The ones outside this park don't count, by the way. That's not part of my hood.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, there are other trash cans that you can also destroy in Wallow's Hallow, but as he says, those don't count. This is the only level where trash cans are actually relevant. And there is one trash can, like, right here next to him, but we're going to intentionally ignore it, for a reason, because the first garbage can we're actually going to go get is in this section where we had to open the door leading us up to leading us up to the exit to this level. You might remember we had this little gate here that we couldn't open because we didn't have enough XP, but now we do have enough XP, so let's bash it open. And there's the trash can that we're actually going to be getting first, but again, we're going to ignore it because there's something else of interest here. The last challenge mirror in this level. Let's check it out. For this level, we need to bounce to the top. Been a hot minute since we've seen these, because I've been ignoring them until we could get all of them in one go. But yeah, we have ourselves a challenge. We're gonna have to do some trampolining in order to bounce our way to the top. You can see we can do some ground pounding to launch ourselves upward like that. It also works for trampolines that are mounted onto the walls like that. If you head bash them that way, whoopsie! I done goofed. Let's try that again. But yeah, as you can see, the trampolines work both ways. You can do the ground pound to bounce higher, or you can headbutt them if they're mounted on the wall to get launched farther. And if I could land on that trampoline, that would be fantastic. Thank you. There we go. Alright, let's do this one correctly this time. There we go. Alright. This is a pretty simple one, despite how badly I was butchering it earlier, but it is a pretty simple one. Mainly because this whole area is a big mattress, so if you fall all the way down, you're not going to get hurt or die or anything, so... failure basically just involves just having to climb again. You don't really lose any health or die or anything like that. So there we go! Alright, those are all the challenge mirrors in this level. Sweet. Now we're gonna help out the Garbage Grump with his little task by finding all the trash cans. The first one is right here. There we go, you just gotta punch them to get rid of them. The second one is in this section over here. Here we are. Get you. 2 trash cans are here in this final section near the exit door to the level. The first one is here. There we go. Owie. And the second one is near this wall jump section, I believe. Here we go. Awesome. Boop. Excellent. Back inside this room, we also have 2 trash cans here as well. First one, we need to pull out this wall. And then do a little wall jump over here to get to it. Awesome. Alright, again, we need to push the wall in this time. This is near the digging spot of this section. Alright. Wait for the wall to go all the way back out, and you can see the trash can in the distance right over there. This is a bit of a tricky one to get. Ah, poopy, yeah. Because it's kind of really far out, so you have to really time that wall jump pretty precisely to get to it. Let's try that again. Let's go. Okay, I didn't even wall jump that time. I'm great. I'm a pro game master. It's in my name, you know. So of course I'm awesome at it. Gosh darn it! Oh my gosh, get up here! Okay. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. There we go. Okay, do it that way. That's a lot better. That's a lot simpler than what I was trying to do. Alright, there we go. Okay, so those are all the trash cans in this section of the level. Now, here at the start of the level, we need to go over here. There's a trash can hidden behind this little totem thingy, or whatever it is. There we go. And finally, the final trash can is right next to Mr. Garbage Grump himself. There we go, bro. We cleaned up all your garbage.
By the gods! You've done it! Now you've earned your reward! I shall teach you all about the letter P. I got plenty of interesting things in here that start with P. What? I don't think so. Now hand over that XP. Oh, alright, fine. That still has a P in it anyways. That better not mean something other than the letter. Arrgh! Now get the grumps out of my dumps! Why are you still here?
Okay, I'm sorry, jeez. Alright, let's take our XP and go. Getting us to level 5! Awesome! Alright, so with that, that is all the XP here in Alexis's Park. We're all done here. So now, back inside Wallow's Hallow, more specifically inside the tree, now that Wallow isn't a problem for us anymore, we can go ahead and get some XP that still lingers inside the tree. That rhymed. I'm a poet and didn't even know it. Alright, so as you see, we got some XP screws. These are, all the XP that we're going to be getting here are screws. Except for one little XP cube, that we do need to get here, but I'll worry about that in a second. For now, we need to focus on the screws. So how do we get the screws? We got some wall hooks here that we need to jump onto, but the problem with both of them, as you can see here, is there's nothing to grab here. The walls are pushed in, so we can't firmly grab the ledge to get up to those wall hooks that we need to get to the screws. So in order to do that, we're going to have to do a bit of puzzle solving. More specifically, in order to access these little wall panel things, we're trying to get inside that hole up there. Got a little tree branch with a hole to the side of it. And if you look over here, we have ourselves a bat that we can use to fly on over to that tree branch. So in order to do this, we're gonna need to rely on Mr. Center Pillar here, once again, for another rotating pillar puzzle. Alrighty, so I believe what we need to do first, we need to go this way. This is the longest and most complex version of this puzzle out of all of them, I believe. So this is gonna take a few steps. We do need to be in the mirrored world, by the way, just so you're aware. I haven't swapped the world back to normal yet, so we're still mirrored right now. So keep that in mind. We do need to be mirrored in order for this to work, because we gotta turn a crank and have it use the opposite function of what it normally does. So we need to head on over here. You might remember this section when we were trying to get the bottle caps. Alright, what we need to do, we need to go over here and dig inside this. Like so. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, that almost went very bad. Alright, we need to turn this crank, which will open this door right here. Alright, as you can see, this was the gate that used to lead to the bottle cap, but now we've turned the crank in reverse and unlocked this door up here instead. Now, why do we need to do that? Well, let's head on down here. And now that that gate is open, we need to head back down to the little center pillar. And we now need to turn it this way towards the bat. There we go. So now we got a little platform leading from the dig platform all the way to the bat. And now that that gate is open, we can actually go around and dig in the opposite direction. Could not do that before while that gate was closed. So let's head all the way back over there. Jump up here. Head inside this little cave area once again. And now let's dig in the opposite direction, back down to the center pillar. And now we have the ability to access this bat, which will take us over to the tree, to our destination. Alright. There we go. Alright, and I believe that's the last time we need to use that center pillar for anything, so no more pillar puzzles for us. Alright, and here we are. Now there's a screw in here as well, so before we focus on the wall panel stuff, which is what we originally came here to do, let's get this first. We're gonna push this potted plant here, using our head bash ability. And now we can do a little ground pound on this trampoline leaf, and miss apparently. Jump up here. Pull that out. There we go. Alright. Now, as I stop burping eventually, because I love it when I'm trying to speak and then burps happen very frequently. That's always a fun. It's not a Game Master 468 video unless burps interrupt my commentary. That's always a fun time. Anyway, let's push this potted plant around. And now we need to go to this wall panel right over here. So now, let's bash this. Now push that wall panel out, allowing us to get to that screw. Awesome. Alright, so we're all done in here. That's all you gotta do. You push the potted plant around with your head bash, and then you bounce on the little trampoline leaf thing, and do your business. Very nice. Alright, now let's head back inside the tree. Jump on down. And now that we're here, that's the wall panel we just pushed out over there. We're gonna have to do this section, at least part way. We don't have to do the entire section of this again. But you might remember this, we have to head bash that fish, so we can get up here. This is leading to one of the owls that we had to head bash earlier. Alright, and this time we need to jump this way over here. You can see where we just were inside this little barred off area here. Here's the wall panel. Now we can jump on this wall hook and pull out this XP screw. Awesome. Alright, there we go. Now I think we'll just hop down here. Alright, and there's one more XP screw here that we need to tend to. And it is... if I can find it. There's where we need to be, but I'll... there we go. We need to push out this wall panel right here. And in order to do that, we need to head on over here. You might remember this was the shortcut that we unlocked to get up to this little section up here faster. Right over there. Well, if we dig back down, on over here, this center platform here is actually head bashable. So if we ground pound it like that, it will push it inward. And now we need to head inside in this little lower section here. Let's not get eaten by the fish. Alright, and now that this is down, we can ledge grab this. So we can hop up here and head bash this panel. There we go. Awesome. Let's knock this back up. Just in case we need it for something, but I don't think we do, but, you know, just... not really much of a shortcut if, like, only part of the shortcut is actually useful, you know, so... might as well knock that back into place. Alright, so with that wall panel out, head on up here and pull out this XP screw, the final XP screw of the entire game. There we go, awesome. But we're still not quite at level 6 yet, as you can see, so that means there's still more to do here. And what do we have left to do here? Well, like I said before, it's been a hot minute since we did any challenge mirrors in this game. I think we only did it in like the tutorial level, and that's it. And then we kind of shelved it for the rest of the walkthrough. But we're gonna get back to that now that we are able to access all of them. And the first challenge mirror we're gonna focus on, we actually have to go here inside the tree to access. You might remember that when we were helping out that one pig with the zoo infestation to get all those evil, gooey ooze rats out, he mentioned that there was a metal worm that the owls took. Said that the owls ate it and it might be in like some bird poop or something. That's always pleasant to hear. We're gonna actually help that pig now save his metal worm. You can see there's some owl poop over there off in the distance. And if you might remember when we did our first run through getting a bunch of the XP crystals, we had to get a bomb bird and shoot it at the bird poop, but miss entirely apparently. We have to shoot the owl poop so that we can blow it up, and inside will be the metal worm. There we go. There's the metal worm right there. And we're also going to blow up the owl poop that's next to him, because that's the last XP cube that's in this tree. I wanted to wait until we were focusing on this before doing anything with it. There we go. Awesome. Alright, let's get this XP cube and let's talk to our buddy, Mr. Metal Worm. Boop, what's up, dude? It's me, the Metal Worm. Nice work on releasing me from that filthy prison. Now, back to my nice clean prison at the sanitary zoo. Boop. Well, there he goes. Man, isn't he so delightful? Alright, we did it, bro. We freed your Metal Worm. Whoa, my Metal Worm is back. Now I can start charging admission again.
What? People's gonna pay just to see that metal worm?
Oh, yes. He was always the star attraction. I unlocked the supply closet in case there's anything left in there you need. Oh, well, how thoughtful of you. Yes, so once you save the Metal Worm, he's gonna unlock an extra room that's inside the sanitary zoo. If we do... Oh, hey! Howdy! Howdy, Metal Worm. Oh man, what a champ. Oh man. Oh, such a great guy. Anyway, here's the door right here, and this gives us access to our first challenge mirror here in Wallow's Hallow. Alright, for this challenge, we need to land safely, and if we take a peek down, there we go, with that camera angle that I never use in this game. As you can see, our challenge here is we need to fall through the holes without slamming into the floor. Let's jump down, and the camera's gonna pan down for us anyway, so no need to use that feature. Alright, and this one can be a bit tricky because of the momentum that happens here. I tried to move the camera around where I can, to try to do, like, sharper turns like this. Alright, I know right here we need to do a quick 180, so let's do that, just get him going in the right direction early on. Alright, and I believe that's the hardest part right there. I believe now it's pretty smooth sailing. Here we are. The last hole. There we go, and now we just need to land on that mattress. Let's go! Oh yeah! Jeez, that one could be a real pain in the butt if you fail a bunch of times, because you drop down, and, like, because that's a really long fall, as you can tell right there, and you'll lose a ton of health if you're not careful. If you're not good at that, you can die within, like, 2 fails of that, so... Yeah, that could be a bit of a pain in the butt if you're not careful, but luckily we were able to do that pretty easily. Now, for our next challenge mirror, we still need to keep the world mirrored. Let's go over here. And you might remember we had this little elevator thing that we used to get up to the dragons, but since we're mirrored, this elevator is going to go down into the floor this time. There we go. There's our challenge mirror right there, but first let's grab this XP cube real quick. There we go. Alright, and now, for this challenge mirror, we need to light all of the cubes. Alright, you just gotta go around and touch all of the blue cubes while avoiding these pulsating balls here. Alright, just be careful. Honestly, if you get hit by them, get knocked off these railings, you will fall to your death, and you'll have to do the challenge again. Whoa! Like I almost had to do right there. Whoa! Okay, alright, we're good. Alright. And something to note as we touch this last cube, you do still have control during this cutscene, which is good because the balls are still moving while that congratulatory thing is going. And if you're not careful, they can still knock you off, and you can also still fail the challenge, even as you're waiting for the winning, like, end screen transition to happen. That's fun, to, like, win the challenge and then lose it anyway because you got knocked off, so just be cautious of that you can still move, even as that cutscene is happening, to avoid that happening. So there we go! Now, what we need to do, we need to go ahead and flip the world back around to its normal setting. Then we need to head on over to the graveyard to get our next challenge mirror. It's up there on top of that tree over there. And in order to access it, we first need to head bash this owl. I guess there's still some lingering ones flying around here, even though Wallow is defeated and blown up into tiny little cubes for some reason. But yeah, we need to head past that owl so we can get him into position and get over there. Stop with the burps, me. I'm trying to communicate. Alright, we gotta jump up here. Go over this little structure, I guess. Head bash to get onto this tree branch. And here is our challenge mirror here. Now this one is kind of an annoying one, honestly. We need to catch the cans, and in order to do that, we need to push this trash can around using our head bash ability. You can also just push it lightly if you don't need to push it that far, which sometimes you will need to do. Sometimes you can just push it more lightly than usual. But most of the time you'll be using this to knock it around really quickly. And we need to catch 16 cans before time runs out. There we go. And it can be a bit annoying because depth perception is kind of a pain in the butt sometimes with this. Well, sometimes miss the trash can completely as I'm trying to head bash it. I'm just gonna let that one fly. I wasn't gonna get that one time. Dude, we're doing pretty good so far. Alright. Alright, there we go! Got 16 cans with plenty of time to spare. Alright, I'm gonna go the extra mile here. There we go, yeah, okay. 20! Alright, there's a Steam achievement that you can get if you get 20 cans before time runs out. Which I did right there. I already got the achievement, so you're not gonna see it pop up or anything. But, yeah, there is an achievement that you can get if you get 20 cans before time runs out and go the extra mile. So, there you go. I went the extra mile and I did it. That can be really hard to do because, like, if you get too much on a streak and miss a bunch of them, yeah, you might as well just kiss that achievement goodbye, because that's not happening. Alright, so that was that challenge mirror, and then the next and final one of this area, we have to do this little center pillar puzzle again, but I got into what I already solved it, because I showed the solution already. You gotta knock it over here, so we can get to this dig platform here. You saw this before, you saw it earlier in this video, in fact. But instead of having to turn this crank to get to the bottle cap or to unlock this top gate, we have this screw here, which unlocks a secret cave. And there's our final challenge mirror right there. To access it, we need to push this boulder around while being cautious to avoid Mr. Discount Kermit the Frog. There we go. And now, as we head past this, our final challenge mirror of this entire game, we're gonna have to dig to the top. Alright, so this is a big, long platforming challenge completely centered around our digging ability. We need to head up here. Doop. And along the way, we're gonna have a few challenges that we need to do. For one, we need to push up this wall so we can get up higher, and to do that, we can do a little wall jump to go through this ring. Ground pound here. Jump up here. And we can turn this crank to push out the wall. Awesome. Okay. Dude, now let's go back. Actually, we can just jump down here. Alright, and now that wall's pushed out, we can get up to this section. Alright. We'll head back to turn this crank. And we can't quite do anything with this thing here. As you can see, these platforms are not in the correct position. So let's get them in the correct position by going this way. Do a little wall jump up here. Dig through here and be careful because we got some electricity to avoid. Oh, that I failed miserably to avoid! No! Okay, let's try that again. There we go. I don't know how the heck I butchered that so badly. Well, there we go. Now we gotta turn this crank, which will flip the platforms around, giving us access to this area over here. Here we are. Alright, now we can go up here. Let's not get hit by the electricity again, please. There we go. Gotta play it extra cautious now. Jeez, and there we go! That's the top of this challenge mirror. Alright, there we go, and I believe, assuming I did everything correctly, there we go! Level 6! Not only did we finish the last challenge mirror of the game, we also got the last bit of XP of the entire game. We've maxed out our level, and that means that we've collected all the XP in the entirety of Corn Kidz 64. We are done here. We've gotten all the XP, we've finished up Wallow's Hallow, as well as finished up the tutorial section, got everything there. And we've unlocked this door over here, taking us to the exit of this crazy dream. But we're not quite done here yet. There's still a few more loose ends left to tie up, such as finding out what's behind this door here. We need to get level 5 in order to open it, and we're well past that now. We're level 6. So in the next video, we're gonna open up this mysterious door at the back of this little gas station area, and we're gonna see what awaits us inside. See you then, everyone. Son, if this behavior doesn't stop, let me try that again. I failed miserably. I'm sorry, son. I'm gonna have to ground myself now.